Have you ever wondered why there are so few self-made millionaires and billionaires in the world? Perhaps it's not just luck. In today's video, we'll look at such odds-defying success stories that reveal 4 key mindsets that you should adopt if you want to be a millionaire. 1. Act now. Have you ever wondered how billion-dollar businesses emerge? It's not just about having grand ideas. It's about taking decisive action by acting on those ideas. And there is no better example than Netflix to justify this. In 1997, Reed Hastings was at a video store returning a VHS movie tape of Apollo 13 that he had completely forgotten about. So 40 days later, when he finally remembered to return the tape, he was shocked to his core to pay a $40 late fee, which he reluctantly paid like an Amazon. So he put his computer science degree to use and created an online store for movie renting that would courier movies to customers through the mail, but VHS tapes were very clunky and therefore costly to be couriered. But that didn't stop him. He started researching cheaper alternatives and stumbled upon DVDs. These simple, lightweight discs could play movies and be mailed for only 32 cents. Reed knew he was onto something at that point. All he needed to do was solve the problem of no late fees. But how would he make money? He decided to go with his gym subscription model, where customers could rent 3 DVDs for $1,799 a month and not have to return them at all. Argo, no late fees, and his small idea quickly turned into a billion-dollar business. By 2003, Netflix had 1 million subscribers. As time passed and the internet grew quicker, Netflix became an online video streaming service with an annual revenue of $32.749941, shifting the paradigm of the entire industry. That is, the power of acting on your ideas. 2. Believe in your vision. Sarah Blakely's success story as the founder of Spanx, a revolutionary shapewear brand, is inspiring and empowering. Blakely began her career as a door-to-door fax machine salesperson, which inspired her idea for Spanx. Her salesperson uniform included a white pan. This homemade prototype was how Spanx was formed in the year 2000. But turning an innovative idea into a profitable business is never easy. Journey at the time, the hosiery industry was mainly headed by men, and consequently, they were hostile to the idea of shapewear made by a woman. Sarah heard no from manufacturers who couldn't conceive the market potential of her unique concept. But Sarah believed in her vision, so she took matters into her own hands and invested her own savings of $5,000 to fund the initial production. When one hurdle was surpassed, another erupted, and no retailer was willing to stock Spanx on their shelves. But Sarah didn't give up. She started selling the products from her apartment because she believed in the transformative power of Spurb. Sarah had to continuously stay ahead of the competition, for which she needed investors and endorsements. The turning point came when Oprah Winfrey endorsed Spanx, which catapulted Spanx into the mainstream. From that point on, Spanx experienced unprecedented growth, expanding its product line. Today, Sarah, with a net worth of $1.3 billion, is an inspiration to all aspiring entrepreneurs to believe in their vision. 3. If you fail once, you should attempt again. If Oprah Winfrey is mentioned, you can't stop there, especially when discussing how to become a millionaire from beginning. Mogul is a financial odyssey that demonstrates her capacity to turn failures into billions. Oprah's life narrative is filled with tremendous difficulties and accomplishments. Her early life was spent in deep poverty and hardship. Her family couldn't even afford clothes. So Oprah wore dresses made from potato sacks as a child. Unfortunately, that was the least of her troubles. She faced several instances of abuse that forced her to run away from home, and when she was only 14, Oprah became pregnant with her son. But due to premature birth, her son didn't survive, while most of us would have never recovered from such a loss. At the age of 14, Oprah Conver. Oprah focused on her education and bagged a university scholarship during her university days. She worked part-time at a local radio station, which was the beginning of her media career from radio. She quickly transitioned to TV. She started as a news anchor in Nashville but was fired soon after. Although she was disheartened by this failure, she knew this was the right path for her. So she moved to Baltimore to co-host a local talk show, People Are Talking. But soon, Chicago, a struggling local talk show, and within months, the show was renamed The Oprah Winfrey Show, which eventually ran for 25 groundbreaking seasons. It took several failures, but Oprah tried again, each time with double the determination. Oprah's openness about her personal struggles and challenges became a hallmark of her career. She publicly shared her experiences, acknowledging her own battles with body image and self-esteem. This vulnerability and transparency resonated with. By the end of its 25th season in 2011, the show has produced advertising money and endorsement partnerships. Oprah's net worth had reached an estimated $2.7 billion, having faced failures head-on. Oprah frequently emphasized that setbacks and failures are inevitable parts of life, and instead of viewing them as insurmountable obstacles, you should see them as opportunities for learning, growth, and self-improvement. So when you fail, don't give up and try again and again. 4. Be willing to learn. Amano Ortega, founder of Zara, one of the world's largest fashion retailers, is a unique example of a self-taught billionaire who achieved incredible success without any school education. His family never had enough money, and his mother frequently had to ask local grocers to lend her food on credit. One day, a grocer refused to give her credit and disrespected her, which outraged Amancio. He knew he had to do something to improve his family's financial situation, so he left school when he was only 14, but he never underestimated the power of learning. He knew one thing to become big. He would have to learn new skills, just that it would not happen for him in school. But out in the open world, at 14, he joined a local shirt maker's factory as a delivery boy, which made him inquisitive behavior. Now he knew everything about the textile industry from design to delivery, and it was time for him to start his own venture. In the early 1960s, Amano started a small cooperative called Conexiones GOA that produced quilted bathrobes, and it was this initial venture that laid the groundwork for what would later become one of the most successful fashion retail empires globally. The experience gained from managing Compsgoa served as a valuable precursor to Zara. Ortega's self-taught approach to business proved to be a complete advantage. He focused on practical, hands-on experiences and the ongoing monitoring of market dynamics. He still remains passionate and curious, since he believes in the notion that complacency is the worst. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.